All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Sunday Community Skirmish number 8. Once again, I am Imagine, and with me, my co-caster is Rear Admiral Zill. And Zill, we are going into our final of this Community Skirmish
Let's get the hype train going.
between Sky Bible Adventure Club, mostly made up of, well, all made up of Sacrilege members, and the Ryder team. And first map, once again, gonna be Battle of Dunes.
Indeed.
And once again, we've got a galleon and a mobula. Man, it's been like the most variety of ships I've seen in a long time.
I see a goldfish too.
Yeah, and a goldfish.
Where's the squid, man?
You know, against a galleon.
Hey. Oh man.
That would be quite sweet. Yes.
Don't bring back my memories, my fond memories.
God, what was it? Was that the Sky League that we took the
Yes.
that
squid and
against?
I think a couple.
I think it was a gents, right?
There was one against Jens, and there was another one. I think it was Overwatch.
I do quite remember that. Because I was on your squid at that point.
Yeah, back when you weren't so darn busy.
Yeah, back when I wasn't casting all the things.
Yes.
Yeah, it's different time. But we are here, and
I'll never let go. Imagine.
We'll always have the squid, Zil.
Well, yeah, and we'll always have your botch to watch a shot.
Oh my God, that's just the worst thing. God, just trying to hit that other galleon is missing right in between. Fight fire with fire. Fight Mobula with Mobula. Mobula Galleon versus Mobula Pyra. I think the LibGTK, is he sticking with that? No, he has switched to Hades Light Flak for this. So he's not going with that short range this time.
Okay. Well, given the loadouts of the team, they have no reason to really get that close if they keep that.
Yeah, definitely going to see long range stuff here. I'm not surprised in the least bit. They have switched the. Oh no, it was a double watcher last time, I think, on the 3-ball, right? Yeah, it was a double watcher, but they have put a lumberjack in there in this case. Very standard on that loadout, lumberjack watcher.
You know what's funny? Remember back in the day when lumberjack watcher was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, well, that was before Heavy Clip just removed all jitter, and people realized how insanely good that was for the watcher. I think that's really when that turned around. So
I really don't think the lumberjack flak has been tarnished at all, though, which is interesting. It's funny how it's shifted without a change in the gun.
The heavy flak is just one of those things where I think everybody wants to like and use the flak, but nobody can quite convince themselves that it's good enough to do so.
Really? I don't know. Imagine.
I mean, I know you had me trying to train for a heavy flak at one point, and then we never used it.
Yeah. Such is the fate of experimental things. But you know what? I still have a build with flax on my ship.
Oh, hopefully we'll receive the return of Heavy Flak. Heavy Flak, of course, will always, always be fond memories for some of us, or bad memories for some of us, depending on how you actually liked them.
My fondest memory is getting it nerfed.
Back when Heavy Flak just literally destroyed anything it set its sights on. Got me a nice 45-game winning streak as a pilot once, so I'm quite happy with how that ended up. But yes, it was good to see it change because it was just a little bit too big. Listen, I have a large number. That's all that matters. All right, so we are getting into our final best of 3 here in this Sunday Community Skirmish number 8 between the Ryders and the Sky Bible Adventure Club. We will see who manages to pull out the victory from this group here. And let's get our rundown of ships on the Love Supreme. We've got the Roman car piloted Mobula with a lower deck of mine launcher and light flak, with upper deck of an Artemis, a Mercury field gun, and another Artemis. And on the 3-ball, we've got Lambert captaining the Galleon with a Lumberjack, Hwacha with a Mercury up top to assist, Flare gun on the back, and a Hwacha carronade on the other side. What's on the blue ship, Zill?
We've got a Fancy for the Ryder team, piloted by Dementio. We have a Top Merc on the port guns. We have a Flamethrower and Artemis from bottom to top, and a Flamethrower Artemis. For the Clutter? Lib Clutter. I almost made a very horrible mistake.
You almost said a bad thing.
Yes. Okay, so we have a Top Merc. We have, let's see, on the port guns, we have an Artemis Flare from bottom to top, and we have an Artemis. That's a lot of Artemis.
Yep, quite a lot of Artemis going on. So double. You know what? I really like how that lib clutter looks. Actually, just the aesthetic way of it. That red looks really nice on that. Never really took a look at a red.
Well, I mean,
Mobula. Might have to change that
Love
color
Supreme,
of mine.
Love Supreme also red, and he's got decals which kind of go a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely some nice looking ships. Moose has done a very good job of the aesthetic.
But the nice thing about Mobulas is that they're all balloon, so
yeah, you get a lot of color going on.
You get the most out of it, and because they're on red team, I think this makes it look a little better too.
I think the same thing for Junkers, actually. It looks really good. Anyway, regardless, these two teams are getting set up on their own, and more or less expected this to happen.
This is not what we're used to on Dunes in this
in this community skirmish. Usually we'd be expecting a charge from these two teams at each other right now. However, generally the way it goes is the two teams get kind of set up on their own, and we do see a Love Supreme and 3-ball doing that over. We've seen this a few times today already, getting set up in these wreckage. One of the few places here where you can still get cover from something. 3-ball and Love Supreme sitting around waiting to see what they can see, and the Fancy and Lib Clutter kind of knowing where their enemies are.
I will say for the build on 3-ball, it'll be interesting because of that Top Merc. I have learned through my many Galleon flights that Merc and Lumberjack don't play nice together, because the Lumberjack likes to shoot the arc, or if you actually consistent with the Lumberjack, your arcs will always get fudged up with the Merc.
Yeah, you want to be very much on the same level when you're shooting the Merc, and the Lumberjack will, if you're hitting with it, hopefully.
Hades definitely pairs, and maybe an Artemis too, but we'll see what pans out.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you there, but you can get a Merc to destroy hull really quick on Mobulas, so I can definitely see that being a useful weapon as well.
True.
Right,
I put a lot of pressure on my Lumberjack gunner because Lumberjacks take out hull pretty good too.
You do indeed. I have been on your ships. I am well aware.
This is why
how they work.
This is why Yiski needs to get out of the shower and start playing.
Alright, so we still got a little bit of a standoff going on here. Both teams definitely know where each other are, but hesitant to really do much because of all this cloud cover that's dropping spots, and a lot of terrain to shoot through as well. So this is the type of standoff we haven't seen very often, and I can really see. I've got a little bit of pause there as we have so many drop, but I can really see this match ending maybe in like a 2-0 or a 2-1 instead of your full 5 kills.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, they're going to be 0-0. But I'm curious to see how long 15 minutes feels in a match, because I don't like time limits that low.
Yep, I know. I'm well aware. But this is kind of the nature of
damn you, time limits! Get off my Guns of Icarus matches. As I shake my spyglass.
Well, and then I remember the 3-hour like.
I understand. I understand, but I fully believe that there is a happy medium where there is both too long and too short of a timer. I don't like it when it starts forcing your hand in terms of play.
Yeah. Well, It's one of those things where, you know, you gotta take the pros and cons of each. Now, Lib Clutter getting a little closer, edging forward. Do get a spot off on the a Love Supreme.
Everything.
3-ball is really not anywhere. Oh, they
Our
actually are
shots!
getting... Wow, that's...
We have shots!
That's actually some nice merc shots there from the 3-ball, actually hitting the Lib Clutter as well. I didn't expect that to happen. Lib Clutter gonna back on out of here. And here comes some watcher shots, and a couple of them actually connect. So nice shooting there by the 3-ball.
Wasn't for those ribs.
Lib Clutter losing his balloon.
Loses balloon now too, and
that's some fancy shooting there by the 3-ball. I did not expect those shots to be able to get through, but Lib Clutter is able to just duck right behind this you know, set of really the only terrain that you can hide behind. Well, there's kind of the ribs on the other side, but it's harder to
the
hide
most
behind
consistent amount of cover.
Yeah, definitely the most dense as well, I guess you can say.
That's probably better. The ribs are very fickle when it comes to giving you cover.
Yeah, I mean, you can pull behind them a little bit, but if the other ships get to the other side of it, then you're kind of stuck in the middle of the ribs with, you know, nowhere really to go, and gotta watch.
And now we
out
have
for
the
that sort of
pacifist cloud running through. He's like, "Hey guys, just quit shooting each other. That's not cool." And so we reset.
Flares going on up, but nothing gets spotted. I think there's a second set of clouds as well behind what just got. Yeah, I think this is actually two different sets of clouds rolling through. Now, Lib Clutter is actually spotted through here. Or at least can be seen, but I think they're two... Yeah, well, technically, if you could have seen them, you would have, but they were behind line of sight, so it's not going to be done. Fancy did get spotted there, but, you know, no spots means it's going to be very hard to continually connect, especially on a Mobula, which has such this thin profile on it.
Looks like they want to go for a split, which will be interesting. Lib Clutter coming around the corner here. He's going to lose that cloud cover here fairly soon, and hopefully he's in some kind of position to not die.
And I just checked, and the Love Supreme has total angle to see the Lib Clutter coming on through, so Lib Clutter's going to have to do some fancy maneuvering.
Here comes the cloud. He is now out of it.
Yep, and let's see what happens
Spot's
here.
going down.
Spot's
Lib Clutter gets spot. Yeah, this is good. This is turning into something now.
Yeah, Fancy, however, does have a spot as well.
Ooh, lots of focus going on a 3-ball.
Yeah, Fancy coming through here as well, but they are actually starting to hit the one rib that you can really, well, I guess it's about 3 ribs, but they are hitting the rib right there, and still nice shooting there by Fancy. However, Lib Clutter is, you know, definitely getting focused here by Love Supreme. So let's see.
Well, Lib Clutter is in a good spot because he's in a 1v1 with the Love Supreme. Fancy's now going to start working on 3-ball, or the other way around.
But Fancy getting his
balloon down
knocked
on Fancy. Yep. Yeah, not good.
Does have that drogue shoot on, so will take a long time falling down. But if
he's got the cloud cover, is he? I don't see any other guns shooting, and he needs to because those. If not, then yeah, he's just gonna start taking a lot of fire here.
Yep. In the meantime, Lib
Fancy
Clutter
falling down.
Balloon or 3-ball almost.
He needs to be careful. If he hits that rib, he's gonna start grinding up on top of it, and he's going to be in a bad spot.
And I'm really surprised they haven't been able to take out that Lumberjack on a little bit more consistent basis. Now let's check out what's going on between the Love Supreme and Lib Clutter, who are just kind of just shooting off at each other over here.
Yeah, they're just having a fight here. Lib Clutter is actually pulling back. Supreme is just pretty much pushing him away.
Yep, so we've devolved into kind of this 1v1 situation on both
all
sides.
Armor on 3-ball has gone down.
Any permanent damage going to come on
in?
Yep,
Yes, permanent damage will come in, but he will shoot up.
And there goes a Watch Barrage. A few of that connecting with the Fancy. Nothing really too major. So we'll keep an eye on that. Love Supreme and Lib Clutter still kind of going at it each other. Fancy losing his balloon once more, and that's really what 3-ball's going to have to do just to keep on riding that Fancy's balloon down.
Yeah, he's definitely breaking those arcs with always taking that balloon out. And 3-ball is just going to he's going to start positioning himself so that way he can kind of better assist, I believe, when if the fight between Lib Clutter and Love Supreme starts going south. But for now,
3-ball is getting most of his guns knocked out in the meantime as well.
Yeah,
Fancy
that's
doing a
finally
pretty good
starting
job
to
of that.
become
Lib
a.
Clutter lost his armor, and Fancy lost his balloon for a sec. Lib Clutter now in a sandstorm trying to rise on up here, but that's going to be... the sandstorms do really weird things in Mobula as you start, like, just going and really... As you can see, Lib Clutter just bouncing up and down there. Still in that cloud. Now, 3-ball in the meantime over here
Ooh,
is
3-ball's
getting...
about to lose it. Where's that
that
mark shot?
nice
Nope.
lumberjacking still on the Fancy, however.
Oh, there you go. Now the whole armor's down, but
Yep,
we
Palmer
have an
down once
answer.
again,
Yes,
and
we do.
taking a little bit more, few more shots. Lib Clutter in the meantime lost basically all of his guns, so...
Interesting to note, we've only got 4 minutes left in the match, so...
Yep, Fancy now getting ridden into the ground here, almost collided. I think they might have just been able to get their balloon back up in time. They do lose spot once more, and they are able to return fire. But Love Supreme has actually come back over here to get onto the Fancy. Love Supreme has made his way all the way across.
Yeah.
But they're still actually shooting at Lib Clutter. I really would have liked to see them just turn and start shooting at the Fancy. With this little time left, one kill can do it here.
You're right, it could, but I don't know. It might turn into 1-1 if you did that, because oh, but Lib Clutter finally losing his whole armor.
3-ball actually bounced.
Oh!
3-ball bounced against the little metallic things here, and then he shot with 2, and they get their armor just barely back up.
Look at it!
And basically no hull left, and there they
finally,
go.
we got a kill. Okay.
And now Love Supreme is caught in between the Lib Clutter and the
Fancy
Fancy.
needs to hurry up and start moving. Love Supreme, hopefully he realizes what's happened, but it'd be interesting to see what he does. I think he's charging. He's gonna start charging Lib Clutter.
Yeah, he's gotta take him out as soon as possible.
Now he's got his whole armor down.
Lib Clutter has his armor down and taking a large swaps of damage here. Will they get taken out? But Love Supreme is getting into clouds that are shooting off some
he will go over
mines. Yep, and once again, these Moblas gotta deal with this really annoying dust cloud as both Love Supreme and Lib Clutter stuck in
those spots, so Fancy doesn't have a shot yet.
Now where...
3-ball, interesting spawn. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, with no spawn, with no spots... Spawning in the middle here actually would have been a decent call because they could have turned that lumberjack right onto the Fancy.
Yeah,
once
now
more.
he's got to run in, and right now Love Supreme is just alone. Lib Clutter though taking damage again.
Both Love Supreme and Lib Clutter armor is down,
and
Lib Clutter rising up above.
Just coming in at the wrong time, and now Love Supreme is just going to start getting himself hammered.
Yeah, Love Supreme now getting double teamed. Fancy coming in for that short range double flamer. Lib Clutter following behind. Love Supreme getting bumped here.
All armor goes.
All armor down, and will he get taken out? Yes, he will. 3-ball coming in at the last moment here. I think he's got his short range.
Yeah, he does have his short range though, so this is actually...
Fancy lost his balloon. But they're going to need 2 very quick kills here.
Balloon hydrogen up because he's still going up.
Yeah, and of course that dust cloud once again doing its work on the balloon as well. 3-ball. Looks like he's trying to get
Supreme
into
taking the spawn that we would have liked to have seen, or I would have liked to have seen at least from 3-ball.
Yeah,
Lib Clutter and Fancy now focusing on 3-ball, but the short side is doing a lot of work, and they need to be careful because they're surrounded now and they are damaged and hurt, and this could very easily turn into 2-2.
This could be a very quick couple of kills. As Fancy already armored down and will get taken down fully. Not quite. 3-ball in the meantime is getting quite hurt here by Lib Clutter.
Doesn't have any vertical way to dodge right now, so Fancy's just taking the damage from Love Supreme here.
Armor down.
Flat coming in, and
not able to take him out again. There we go. Now
he must have hit the balloon.
Yeah, something. The balloon did go down, so that is quite possible.
All right, Lib Clutter needs to start moving on out here. It's 1-2.
Yep, and already very hurt. And I'm not sure if he's going to really be able to do so, honestly. Like, he can start moving back here. Maybe if he can get lost in the cloud here.
He's got the cloud, yeah.
But shots continuing on, and now he's got to deal with dust as well, which, you know, it continues to allow him to not get spotted, but still good shots coming in onto the Lib Clutter.
Yep, he will use hydrogen, though, to get himself out of that projected line of fire. We've got Fancy respawning back.
And so at least they didn't give up that second kill. That would have been very tragic there.
Yeah, they decided to keep it instead of giving it up and starting with fresh perma. We'll see if it plays to their strength. I would say yes, since the engagement's starting to turn back into long range.
Yep, Lib Clutter is still with almost all of his guns were out, but now getting repaired, and we're gonna be.
Is that 9 minutes left?
We got about 9 minutes left because we had 3 kills there, so we would have been done, but then we had 3 kills.
Right.
So extended by a little bit here, but still now you know.
This definitely
Ryders
plays.
hold the upper hand.
9 minutes is definitely not something to just ignore, and this definitely plays into the hand of the Sky. What was it? Sky Bible Adventure Club. Yeah.
Well, but
Sacrilege.
the Ryders, yeah. Ryders are up, so.
Whatever.
The blue team is up.
I'm getting tired.
The blue team are the Ryders, thus they definitely have the upper hand in this case. They have the long range to shoot down anything that comes over. And really, the Sky Bible Adventure Club is going to have to push because they've got 9 minutes to make at least 1 kill happen. And that's kind of what happens when you start running into that into that time limit stuff.
And I see the Sky Bible Adventure Club scooting back here, going for the long range fight, and I don't know.
Yeah, and it took you about 9 minutes to get into a position to start firing at each other. Is it really gonna, are you really gonna be able to pick up 1 to 2 kills in that amount of time as well if you're shooting out from this far? Who knows? I mean, maybe if the 3-ball can
still spotted here. 3-ball. It looks like they're making a clear beeline for the Juggernaut. Excuse me.
Yeah, the only way I can see this going very well for them is if the 3-ball starts using the lumberjack and just hitting basically every single shot. Like I'm not sure how else they can really turn the tables on the Ryders right now. The Sky Bible guys are gonna set up once again around this wreckage here.
Well, Love Supreme's gonna be close, and it looks like he's got shots on Fancy. Yeah, 3-ball is just kind of hanging out in the middle. He's not. I don't know whether he's.
It looks like they are trying to inch forward bit by bit, so they are trying to close that gap, and with a lot of clouds in between here.
They gotta let this dust cloud roll through, or just go under it. They might be going under it.
Yeah, I think you can't really.
He's going under it.
Definitely, definitely a good idea.
Yeah, they're definitely making a beeline here, and they're definitely pushing to get in here. But I think the Ryders identified this because now they are over here near this large propeller.
Which is
cover with
definitely
flares
one of
now.
the favorite cover spots. But 3-ball has actually come way around and can actually start connecting on shots.
He's got a lot of momentum. Fancy's hull goes down. Perma damage will come. Oh, he dodged those flags.
Yeah, nice little vertical movement there.
3-ball
can follow it up.
Yep, 3-ball getting into position.
But they are getting Lib Clutters.
He doesn't
right
have.
on
I don't
them.
know if he's got any guns.
Yep. Now all the guns are out.
Oh, hull going down now. Lots of focus coming up.
They managed to shoot out 5 rockets from. Oh, Fancy almost getting taken down here.
Fancy!
Those light flags connecting. Oh man, you got to be really careful here, Ryders. You cannot give up this third kill. But 3-ball
going down again. He's taking a lot of damage.
Will those final shots end up connecting? And yes, it does.
It's a 3-1.
And if you thought this was going to be an insurmountable...
Yeah, now Love Supreme coming in here, and it's just not pretty.
Yeah, I mean, they almost took the Fancy down by themselves, but 3-ball getting taken down there is just... might just put an end to Sacrilege's or Sky Bible Adventure Club's side here. Now Love Supreme
taking damage now, and I think this is going to be a 4-1.
So Ryders taking full advantage of the semi-desperate charge there because of the time limit by the Sky Bible team, and they are sitting quite pretty now. 4-1. Once again, you don't want to call it, but when you're this close,
4-1 with hurt chips.
Yeah, 4-1 with hurt chips, but you're also really close to time winding down in a really open map like
Dunes.
Dunes.
Not anymore. How much does kills add now?
So 3 minutes per kill. So we
were at 9 and then 6. That's 15, and we ran.
We lost like a good 5 minutes.
So about 12, I'd say.
Yeah. So we still got a little while. You're definitely right. There's still time for something to happen, but
There's time. There's also time for they don't have a lot of time.
yeah, I mean, considering how well that last charge there was deflected, it's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough to really get it done. But they almost did
I
get
was
the fancy.
amazed at how fast 3-ball was focused down, though.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I think that was just the lib clutter, because the fancy was just desperately trying to avoid being shot down by Love Supreme.
And,
So once again, we get the red ships moving on around the wreckers there. I wonder if they're gonna try to come in from both sides.
it very much looks like it.
Could very well happen. Maybe confuse the Ryder team a little bit, but really the problem is that at
I
this
wouldn't
point,
call it so much confusion.
listen, it's
I wouldn't.
confusion. Or maybe try to pull off a little bit of fancy tricks, if that's how you want to say it. The problem though is that regardless of what they do, if they do split up, the Riders need only one kill.
Pincer
And
strats,
if they
yo.
can, and if they can get, if they can focus down on a ship that's maybe a little bit ahead of another of its teammate, I've seen that time and time again with little flanking maneuvers like that, where one ship's like, okay, I'm gonna try to go around, we're gonna try to flank them.
Galleon rams. There's too many mobulas on this map, and not enough galleon rams.
Well, the problem is that as soon as you try to galleon ram, one of these modules is just gonna shoot you down like they just did. And I'm not sure that's something you want to really risk when you have one kill left. Although
I don't know.
maybe you do. Maybe you do. It's a
for
best of
fun.
3. You might as well try it, right?
Your time's whittling down, and they're not gonna come to you.
Oh, absolutely. There's no reason for
Love Supreme spotted now, and definitely he's moving forward. They're both moving forward. Okay.
They are getting some
But this
shots
is their-
off onto Fancy
This is a
as well.
charge.
Yep, definitely the last charge. If the Riders can finish it off
come on.
here.
3-ball. Come on, 3-ball. You got it. Get the ram.
Oh, they're coming forth. Fancy losing a lot of his armor, but not quite all of it yet. Gets it repaired. Love Supreme is in.
Love Supreme is
these two ships.
definitely
3-ball
taking the
has
focus here. 3-ball.
come around, and now watch his fire going in, doing an okay job.
But not enough.
Lip
Not
Clutter
enough.
lost his balloon. Love Supreme armor down, balloon
And they're
hurting, and they're getting lit on fire all over the
Lip
place.
Clutter does not have a balloon though, and he needs to get that up, or Fancy's
Here
going to
comes
take
Watch's
it.
shot. Fancy rising on up.
But wow,
And
come on.
that armor's still down on Fancy, and now Lip Clutter getting
Lip
carinated
Clutter
down.
getting carinated down. He is not going to be a part of this engagement.
And that Love Supreme's
Oh,
just
to
trying to
make sure of
survive.
that, but Fancy is just putting the fire on Love Supreme here. And
Yep, and that balloon is actually going to go down, and they're right on top of the wreckage. Oh, and this might just end up in a Marbula Ram here. Oh, and he's going to sit right on top of it. Oh, what a horrible place to lose your balloon, and what a great job by the Ryders. Finishing that game off in a very entertaining style.
And that felt a lot closer than 5-1.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely could have ended up with some more kills on Sky Bible's side, but Riders do pull it off with that double Mobula build.
And now we move into match 2 with a very different map. Periton Rumble.
Gonna be on Periton. That's gonna be quite an interesting map. So we'll see if these two teams stick with the
Will
same
they
loadouts.
take the Mobula to Periton, do you think?
I think we might see a complete change in ships.
Hey, look, a new lobby.
Yep.